It's great to have those friends around you who are kind, the ones who will always be there and be telling you how good and great you are. But you also need to have those people around you who are willing to tell you when you're not great, call you out on your crap, and actually be totally honest with you. I'm Sanjit, and welcome to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. This is a podcast that helps transform your mindset so you can navigate life's challenges and reach new heights. I do this by giving you some easy to implement techniques so you can start taking back control of your life. If you get something from this episode, please share it with someone who you think would benefit. And I would also really appreciate it if you could leave me a rating or review. Today's episode is talking about the importance of having cruel friends in your life. So consider this: your time is limited and you don't want to waste it living someone else's life. And while having kind friends around you, it may offer comfort and support. It's often the brutally honest ones. Those are the ones who are true friends. Those are the ones who are willing to actually tell you when you're not living up to your full potential. Those are the ones who are going to challenge you to grow and evolve. It's easy to be that yes friend, that kind friend, the one that actually everyone likes you. It's tough to be that friend to who will call you out on your stuff, who will tell you when you're not being the best version of yourself, who will tell you when you've done something wrong. That friend is a true friend. And if they're there to help you become the version of yourself that you know you can be and they know you can be, that person is someone you need to keep around. Imagine where your friend's feedback prompts you to confront those uncomfortable truths about yourself, those ones that actually even you knew you had, you didn't want to face. And although that conversation, it will be painful, not just for you, but for them, this honesty, it can actually serve you as a catalyst to help you start transforming your life, propelling you towards a new future, one where you're actually filling your full potential. What would that look like to you? If you had that friend who's gonna have that uncomfortable conversation, because many people, many guys especially, they don't have that friend. They will have that friend who's there for a good time, the one who's there for a laugh. But they don't have that friend who will call them out when they need calling out of. So do you have that person in your life? You only get a set amount of time on this earth. So how do you want to spend it? Do you want to spend it with people around you who are just there for the good time? Or do you want to spend it with people who are there, who creating you to become the best version of yourself? I mean, as I said, kind friends are not bad friends. They're great, they're compassionate, they're empathetic, and they will actually offer you unconditional support and understanding. These are the people you want when you need to open up, when you need to just that time to step back. They provide that comforting presence where you can open up. During difficult times, they'll celebrate your successes. They'll be there for difficult times when you need to just offload. They're genuine. But in contrast to that, you've got those honest friends who possess the courage it takes to speak their mind. Even when the truth is difficult to hear, they know that sometimes the things that they're going to say to you are not going to be what you want to hear. They risk you getting irritated at them. They risk you shouting at them, cutting them off maybe. But they're doing it because they offer the constructive criticism and they're holding you accountable for your actions. They're pushing you for you to strive for excellence. While kind friends actually shield you from discomfort, it's those honest friends that actually foster your growth. They foster your development. They help push you. Honest feedback challenges your perspective, and that is what's uncomfortable about it. It forces you to confront your weaknesses and work towards improvement. You may not like to hear it, but it doesn't mean that they shouldn't have said it. So when you're feeling like this, maybe you need to think, maybe you need to actually consider what is going on. Why are you holding back? Why are you not taking the action when you should be? The problem is when you have those honest friends, what it is you're going to actually struggle with them because they're going to hurt your ego. It's going to resist that you're actually failing at something, that you're not as good as you thought you were. It's going to actually challenge your self-image and reveal areas where you need to improve. It's also going to push you out of your comfort zone because they're going to tell you that you need to do better, which means you're going to have to take action you have never taken before. And it's also going to actually offend you. You may not like it, but hey, this is what life is. You can't always think that life is going to be all easy. It's going to be simple. You have to be ready to be offended. You have to be ready for people to tell you things you don't want to hear. But when you do get that, when you do get that person, when you're dealing with that honest friend, you need to think actually what's the best way to deal with it. And it's not about them. It's not about them trying to hold you back. It's about them, if they're a true friend, trying to get the best out of you. So here are some tips to help you deal with those honest friends. Number one is set boundaries. So the way they tell you is going to make a huge difference. So while that honesty is valuable, but make sure that the way the feedback is delivered, make sure that they're respectful and is constructive. Communicate your boundaries to them and preferences for how you do want them to tell you. Yeah, when you set those boundaries as well, it's also actually going to foster healthier relationships and it will reduce the conflict in what will be a tense situation because you may not want to hear it. So if you can actually reduce the conflict, then that's a great start. The second thing is to be open. Approach any feedback you're given with an open mind and a willingness to learn. Don't give yourself a fixed mindset that you think you know best. There's always another perspective to come from. There's always a different angle to approach an issue. So open your mind and be willing to actually accept that maybe the way you're doing something is not the best way to do it. The third thing, so seek clarification, because if you're unsure about the feedback, ask your other honest friends. Yeah, ask them to clarify, actually, is this correct? Is this true about me? And maybe see if they can give you some constructive feedback to actually help you change that so you can better understand their perspective, what you can do differently, why they think that. Because again, when you start asking for help, that's the strongest thing you can do. It means that you've identified where you're falling down, where you're not as good as you thought you were, but you're still willing to work at it. People thinking asking for help is a weakness. No, it's a strength. The problem is their mindset. That if they see it as something weak, then they don't realize how much strength it actually takes to ask for help. The next way is express gratitude. Be appreciative of that friend. Be appreciative that they were actually had the courage and the care to actually call you out on your stuff. They had the guts to say something where others didn't. They may have known that, yeah, you wouldn't have been happy. They may have known that you were going to shout, yell, scream, whatever. But they still gave you that feedback, and that helped you become a better version of yourself. Again, when you actually express gratitude, it strengthens relationships and actually promotes overall well-being. So start thinking about what they also had to go through to tell you it. So, as I said, kind friends, they're fantastic and they serve a purpose when you need that comfort, when you need that nurturing. But it's also honest friends that you need, who are going to challenge you. Those are the ones who are going to help you grow. Those are the ones who are going to push you. Those are the ones who are going to call you out when you need it. So by embracing their honesty and their feedback, you actually can accelerate your personal growth, your development, and achieve greater success. Remember, surround yourself with those friends who aren't afraid to challenge you. It is the path to unlocking your full potential. Yeah, so remember, your mindset shapes your reality. And when you change your mindset about the people you want around you, it will make a huge difference. So remember, you master your mindset, you'll master your life. My mission is to make a positive impact on the world, and I sincerely hope you can help me do this by liking, by following, and by sharing this podcast with others. So until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep mastering your mindset, and you will master your life. Thank you.